Cadence of Conflict, Asia, December 14, 2020. Hit pieces against China are coming out as if from an avalanche. More dangerous, they are coupled with Western plans of military expansion in China's backyard. From Xinjiang teens to disappearing journalists to Australian wine to spies in America to colleges to a global virus pandemic, Western readers have no rest from bad news of China. The equation has been there and in play. America's election appears stolen to 75% of Republican voters and 30% of Democrats. Elections require agreement on results in order to function. Lack of agreement on a trustworthy election is unusual as it is staggering. That's a mandate for Trump to take drastic action. Deny Biden's inauguration and take measures to remain in office that can't avoid national inflammation. As inevitable American conflict in January comes into closer view, coupled with such bad press on China, the U.S. strategy in the West Pacific is more and more difficult to deny. China was always the perfect distraction from the mess at home. The problem is that the American populace no longer responds as usual. A national attack may not have the uniting effect it once did, at least not uniting enough to keep any president in office in the face of an election so disputed. Taiwan continues the role as the China virus poster boy. The Taiwanese handle things so well, don't they? Strict rules on breaking quarantine, punishing a foreigner with thousands in fines for walking in the hallway outside his room for 8 seconds. But Taiwanese officials forgot to lock the quarantine door because the world is supposed to believe Taiwan is so careful, right? At some point, it should become obvious that we are playing a game of charades with who is good and bad, or at least on who is how good and how bad. As China's role is to be the common enemy for divided Americans and a divided West to unite against, China's big mistake, over decades and to this day, was to play that role all too gladly. A shoe was made, and China chose to fit it. And that is the cadence of the conflict already seen in the Pacific.